Hey there, I'm Kevin Rutherford and I'm going to show you how to make homemade mayonnaise in just about 30 seconds. Now you might be asking yourself, why would I make homemade mayonnaise? I can just go to the store and buy it. After I show you how to make it, I'm going to tell you why you would do it. Well, actually, I'll give you a clue right now. It tastes amazing. In fact, once you taste this, you'll never go back to that miracle stuff they call mayonnaise. In fact, the only miracle about that is that people actually eat it. I'll have some other reasons why you would do this right after this. So let's get to it. It's really simple. You need a couple pieces of equipment, a wide mouth mason jar. And the reason it needs to be a wide mouth is the next thing you're going to use is what's called a stick blender. Now we want to make sure that the blender fits all the way down inside the jar. That's why we use a wide mouth jar. And believe it or not, that's it for equipment. Now let's talk about ingredients. A pastured egg, or the best quality egg you can get. Some good quality pink Himalayan sea salt, or any good sea salt. Don't use iodized table salt though, good sea salt. Raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar, and a good quality cold pressed avocado oil. Now we'll talk a little bit more at the end about the vinegar and the oil, but right now we're going to get right to it because I want to show you how easy this is. Now it is important that you put the ingredients in the jar in this order. The egg goes first, so just crack your egg right into the bottom of the jar. Take a good 3 or 4 good grinds of sea salt. I don't measure much in this. I do a splash of apple cider vinegar. It might be a teaspoon or 2, but you can play around with whatever tastes good to you. And you're going to use either anywhere from 3/4 to a full cup of the oil. Now, why the difference? The more oil you put in, the thicker your mayonnaise is going to be. If you use 3/4, it's going to be a little thinner. If you use a full cup, it's going to be more thick. I like thick mayonnaise, so I'm going to use a full cup. And I am going to measure this time, but I'll show you a quick trick. Once you measure it, as long as you are consistent with the jar that you use, you won't have to measure this anymore. Here's why. So there's a good full cup of the avocado oil. Pour that in. And what I would do now is I would just make a mark on the jar. That way, the next time you put in all your ingredients, pour the oil up to that line, and you don't have to mess with the measuring cup and you don't have to clean it. Now, everything's in the jar. All you're going to do now, take your stick blender, make sure you put it all the way to the bottom, hold it on the bottom, and hit the button. And you're going to see very quickly that the mayonnaise is starting to emulsify already. It's moving up the sides. Emulsify just means that we're pulling all the ingredients together and they're staying together. So once you've got it mostly emulsified, now you can start to lift it up a little bit to get that oil that's still sitting on the top. So you can lift and turn and lift and turn, and you'll see you can start to work in the oil that's sitting on the top. And before you know it, we have got tasty homemade mayo. Rich and creamy. Look at that. Wonderful stuff. Tastes amazing. You can continue to blend if you want. It'll get a little thicker. You'll work all the ingredients in. But as you can see, nice, rich, creamy mayonnaise that tastes so good. Now, other than the taste, which is pretty important, why would we do this? Well, the mayonnaise you buy in the store really is junk food. They use the worst quality ingredients and they use the worst ingredients. It's loaded with things like soybean oils, industrial oils, seed oils, oils that are just really bad for you. They use a poor quality salt, they use poor quality eggs, they throw in a lot of junk like modified cornstarch and high fructose corn syrup, and we don't want to be eating those things. We want to eat whole, real food, and the beauty is it tastes even better. Now, I said earlier I was going to talk a little bit more about the oil and the acid, because that's really what this is, fat and acid. We can interchange these. So for example, instead of using the apple cider vinegar, you could use lemon or lime juice. You could use a flavored vinegar, and all those things will change the flavor of the finished mayonnaise. Same with the oil. Avocado oil is healthy and it's very mild, so you get a nice neutral tasting mayonnaise. You could use walnut oil, which makes it nice and nutty and is also very healthy. You could use virgin olive oil, which is healthy. It's going to give the mayonnaise a stronger taste, but you can play around with that and see if you like it. One thing I forgot to mention on raw apple cider vinegar, this is amazing stuff. It's really good for blood sugar control, and it's actually probiotic. People pay a fortune for probiotics these days, and we can just get it in our food. In fact, you can get it in this mayonnaise. Apple cider vinegar is probiotic and loaded with good stuff. So there you have it. Make some mayonnaise and drop me a line. Let me know how it comes out. You're going to love it.